Good morning, everybody. Today is the date. I'm so excited. It's time to start this yard renovation. Let's get it. Oh, look at that beauty right there. We're gonna pull all this rock out.
Love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. Stars in the sky. Did we ever stop and wondered why we let our love shine all through the night? Just you and me, babe, until the morning light. The morning light. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. Just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light. The morning light. Baby, you're out of sight. On the beat, keep dancing.
All right, guys, so we're out here. So this is my first time running any sort of machinery, and it was a little bit tricky, took a little bit of time to get the hang of it, but we're getting this out. There's still a lot of rock left in here, and I don't know if I want to just take it down even lower and then just put a fresh layer of topsoil on the top, or how much of an issue this will be. This amount of rock in here, I'm going to rake obviously a bunch of it up as much as I can into some piles, and then probably have to scoop those up. But I don't know how much of a rock problem all this rock will be in here. Good morning, guys. It is the next day, and I got most of the rock removed as best as I could. I did run into some problems. The skid steer wasn't as effective as I thought it was going to be. Did a great job still, way better than trying to do it by hand, but I now understand why there was so much rock in this yard, because the ground was just so wavy. I mean, there were spots where the rock was 2 feet deep, and then where it was half an inch deep. So there was that much roll in the ground, especially in the front, quite a bit still back here in the back. Went at it as hard as I could yesterday, but it started getting really cold, and then we got a bunch of snow last night. Thankfully, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning right now, but there was about 2 inches of snow that came in last night. It got down to about 26 degrees last night, which is unfortunate. When I reserved the machine, I had to do it 2 weeks in advance because of their scheduling, and I didn't know that this was going to be the weather this weekend. I thought we were out of the clear, out of the cold, and unfortunately we weren't. So it is supposed to be really cold again tonight and tomorrow night, but then it's warming back up into the 70s and almost 80s next week. So the plan now, there's still quite a bit of rock in here. It's kind of hard to see with all the mud right now, and the dogs have been playing in it, making my house a mess. But the plan for now is to try and I'm going to finish up these trenches. There's a few spots where I had to not trench because of utility lines, and so I'm going to get those dug out by hand. Hopefully we'll see if this dries up at all today. I may come out here and try to rake some of this rock up, but otherwise it looks like we're going to be having to wait and sit on all of this till next weekend before it may potentially dry up and we can get any more of this rock out of here. There's too much in there still to just lay seed over the top. So we still got to get a bunch of that and then clean up around the edges where there's big piles of rock and stuff. We'll have to do a bunch of hand shoveling. So that's the backyard. Although you can see I did extend it all the way out there down by along the fence line. So there'll be significantly more grass back here, which will be nice. And there's a lot of hand leveling we're going to have to do still, unfortunately. Let's go take a look at the front. So here in the front you can see quite a bit of the rock is still in here. We're going to have to rake all that out as best as we can. All the seed bags are covered in snow. grass. Now the snow, it's actually not that bad for these because it is pretty insulating. The snow is from the cold. I mean, you wouldn't want it days on end sitting out here, but if we knock this off, hopefully the sun will move in here. Let these puppies start warming up again. So there's those. But yeah, still quite a bit of rock in here that we're gonna have to clean up. And like I said, the grade that was on the front yard and the back was just atrocious. And I'm sure that's why they put all that rock in there. So, gotta get the sidewalk cleaned up too soon. City will have a fit. But we got for the most part, the trenches for the irrigation all dug out. That machine I rented was a piece of crap. It didn't go both. So that machine I rented to trench this out last night gave me a headache, and took me way longer than it should have with a rental. Actually, they're both still here. They haven't picked them up yet. They're supposed to pick these up today by now. This Ditch Witch, I don't know if it's, I'm sure it's just because this is an older machine and it's been used and abused by 1,000 people because it's a rental, but when you're going in reverse, the wheels don't both go backwards at the same time, so it's constantly wanting to turn as it's going backwards. The tracks don't track backwards at the same speed. This machine was a good machine. Can't say too much bad about it. I just wish it was I was gonna have it for another week or two. Would make things a lot easier. Did order 3 tons of topsoil. I don't think that's gonna be enough now looking at the yard, so I might have to do another order of that. Would probably be fine for the front, but you can see there's a big hole there. I tried to get the grade as good as I could, but I was just running out of time and I needed to move faster. I only had 8 hours I could put on that machine, and I probably put 7.5 on it before I started freezing so bad I couldn't do it any longer. So a lot of rock in here along the edges. We're gonna have to level out. First plan of attack is gonna be get it raked up mostly, and for that we're gonna have to wait for it to dry up a little bit. I'm not gonna go rake a bunch of rock in the mud. Yeah, that's a soupy mess right now still. So hopefully the sun will dry it out a little bit today. Might not get to do anything on it. If anything, I'll just finish digging out the trenches.